just noticed, my hair is ruined in all these videos. Please don't believe I'm a slob, because I'm not. Now, I'm gonna, like I said, show you some flail attacks. I am not good at these. I am not good at any HEMA things. I am learning. I'm just making videos, pretty much showing that I'm learning, and if people want to learn with me, by me, while I'm learning, and learn new things, I think that's pretty cool. So, that's what I'm gonna do. Sorry, string just came loose. I tried to tie another string to it, but it didn't work. So, this normally would be covered by pool noodle, this part right here, so it doesn't hurt anyone. I know this pool noodle kind of works. I took pine shaft that I was going to use as a quarterstaff for woodtech 1 year, but I failed at that. So I took this, which I took from woodtech from scrap. I was going to make a shield or something. I didn't make like little pretend bayonets for a musket, but I decided that's stupid, and I carved some grooves into it that aren't even at all. But I then drilled some holes with a really crappy drill, so I pretty much had to turn the drill like a freaking screwdriver, because it's crappy. Then I took some string and made the holes real big, so string could go through with ease. And I made a war flail. Now, this would hurt someone, by the way. I could put bolts and stuff into it, and it would really hurt. If you didn't know, if you put nails and shit into pieces of wood and stuff, you make a smaller base, and when you have a smaller striking area, that does a lot of damage, like real bad. This would hurt, but if I put a bunch of nails into it, and like going straight down from here on each side, like 4 sides, on a diamond type pattern, that would really hurt someone, because the bolts make real small bludgeoning areas. That's why, see, like in Japan, they have pretty much a baseball bat with a bunch of nail bolts in it. It does a lot of damage. I can't remember the name of it, but that's pretty much what it is. You need someone with just a big, thick thing without any small areas. It does damage, but not as much. That's why blades are so good. They have such a small striking area. That is why they're good. Bludgeoning, you want a little bit bigger, and you also want a lot of them. You don't want just one giant thing. That's why some maces have flanges. That makes the striking area smaller. That's why some have spikes, even though sure any spikes are just stuck and shit. And others are just round. They're not as good. Still bludgeoning. Now, I don't know if I change guard. Not change guard. I keep saying change guard for side guard. Side guard. I will sweep up like this. I just hit a fucking tree. Now, by doing that and turning it around, I was able to go from side guard down, moving my striking area further away, down the ground. I have to do that because I can't just go side guard. I lose a lot of momentum, and by turning around I get a few more strikes and I slow it down, because if I just stop it like any sword that isn't ginormous like a war sword or great sword, I lose less energy by moving with momentum. Try to do that with any blunt force object or anything with heavy weight on the top, so like axes, maces, warhammers, polearms, things that are heavy at the top and not at the bottom. Swords are the opposite, that's why they're so nimble and stuff, and you can stop them mid-strike. You shouldn't really do that with anything top heavy, because you'll lose a lot of energy. And you can think of it this way, you lose stamina. And that's the most important thing in a fight. But games that give you stamina and you use stamina every time you strike, it's very accurate. You can't keep fighting non-stop and swinging a giant hammer around. Especially if that hammer weighs 12 pounds or something. You gotta swing with it. You gotta keep the momentum. Keep the momentum. Now this is real long and I'm kind of short compared to this, so I hit the ground a few times. My pants are also falling down. Don't mind that. Wrap, I can come around around like this, and then kind of hang him. Would have to push my arms further up, but I'm kind of an ox hanging mix. But my arms are displayed. And this, I can come around. No, I let go of my hand right there to allow the momentum to keep going around my back. Luckily, it's big enough and it won't hit me. That's kind of why I did that. It allows the momentum to keep going, and I didn't use that much energy. Now, there's an attack where you can go side guard. Oh, got it wrapped around. I can go from, like I say, side guard. This, come up, I attack with one hand, and grab it. I had to twirl it around a few times, mostly because I wasn't ready to grab it. Also, because I have it in one hand, and it's kind of hard to keep moving your attacks like that. So, again, side guard, strike, come around, got it, back again, take that. I went off screen. Sorry. I don't mean to go off screen. Also, kind of exhausted, out of shape and stuff, so this is actually pretty hard. I think I just got stung. I don't know. Felt like it though. These, I like these over. I don't know if I told you, I like this over flails, like your one-handed flails. And Scouter made a good point. Maybe, like your one-handed flails are meant to be used on horseback, because you don't get that vibration in your hand when you hit something, and then it just bounces off of them, and you have the speed of a horse and yourself multiplying that force. If you're on the ground, you can't really do much with it. It does hurt. I have no doubt that it hurts, but it's just not as good as just a fucking mace. Like, I might as well just use a regular mace than this chain shit. But this is actually pretty useful, especially when this weighs a lot and has a lot of momentum. And you're not likely to hit your own hand unless you put your hand all the way up on the shaft. You hold it mostly downwards, so not likely to hit yourself, which is nice. And you mostly hold it down here anyways when you're swinging. You only go up there for like certain guards or grabbing. Now there are ways you can thrust with it. Get a nice jab in your jaw or something. Not really what it's meant for, but you can do it. Especially if you have like a chain that's up here and like a metal loop kind of where you put the chain in, and you have one here too. Then you can kind of hit them with that metal piece, which should do quite a bit. But I just drilled fucking holes. That's all I did. Now, there are ones like long point you can kind of do. You can kind of do long point. Again, jab, hit like this. I wouldn't really do that with this. I did a crappy move. I just hit myself with the base of the shaft by doing long point. So let's not do long point, to be honest. Let's not do it. Because long point, you can only really jab with it. Now that's really good when you have like a spear, but we have a giant piece of wood that we're flinging around to hurt someone. So we don't want to jab with it. So let's go from barrier guard, wheel it around, and it's not good. Oh, I turned with it because it was my soul. I didn't keep twisting it. So let's try it again. Again, I'm learning from this. This is kind of my first time using it. So barrier guard, go around. Now, you did not see me there. Shit. I'm going to kind of curve you so you see me a little bit better. So from barrier guard, shit. So from barrier guard, sorry for swearing. Go around like this. This is more stylistic than anything. I don't know how to use this wheel practically. I pretty much just let go of it and allowed it to wheel around me. Mostly because I kind of needed to. If I just kept twirling it around, it would just keep going, and I would have to stop. I would have to use my stamina bar to stop it. This is why I think in video games, if you want to be realistic, the heavier the weapon or the larger the weapon, if it's not like a sword or something. Like, I can use a long sword just as long as I use a one-handed sword. But as soon as I get to things that I need to twirl around, like axes, anything lunging or top heavy, pole arms, where anything I need to twirl around, not including spears. Spears are not like that. But those should use in video games more stamina than your swords that you don't need to. Your long sword, you don't need to twirl around. You can stop that pretty easily. Your hand-and-half sword, don't need to twirl around. Any one-handed sword, don't really need to. Now you're getting into your war swords and great swords. War swords, you can stop them, but you should really just go with the momentum. Great swords, yeah, you should just go with the momentum. There's no stopping that. And they're meant to take out multiple opponents anyways. So, twirling around is actually pretty good. That's if the coincidence, the situation is right. I mean, not the coincidence, the situation. So let's say I have like, I don't know, some pole arms. Great swords are known for twirling around so you cover your back. There's really very few twirls you should do with swords, or any weapon to be honest, because you pretty much lose all your guard in your front. And it's really hard to stop the twirl when you do the twirl. Now, holding it kind of like this, I don't know exactly what it is. I feel like it just seems right. Holding it kind of like this, just seems right. So I'm going to come and attack like this. And then kind of in a mixture of ox and hanging guard. Hang on. It's already 11 minutes. Not a very good video, but again, I'm using my phone, by the way. It's not very good. I'm new at this, so please take this as training, and we training along since we're all noobs here. Thank you. I'll see you in my next video.